Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to. It's dark, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my head, here lies young, getting paid for. Never take a loss on my head, only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my head, been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want. Every day I struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money. Quiet storm, have it dogs. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tips. So these see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog to the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still feel me. Kiss to death, friend, protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger, kiss to death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger. Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already lived. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 96. You a shook one, breeze and all the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my strictly for my survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I'm in deep cover earth, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? They're warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique. Bucktown. This. On that quiet storm, T-O-N-Y, top of New York, with a pitchfork. Bring out the brains truck, I'm young flying.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken short. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
This is Howard on second down. They find some open field here. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. 41 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first, they go right back to Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Zoom, zoom.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, 88.
First carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On third down, that's Anderson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Now it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. On second down, Anderson. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Fine. Yeah. Green 19.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Dances by him. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Equanimous St. Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
18.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Looking left side of him, he's got a man. It's Burton. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, it's Howard, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Yeah, on 4th and inches, you've got to be quick with your decision-making when you're running the football. You've got to find the hole and go. And he does a nice job here picking up the first down with a few yards to spare.
Right back to him on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this one's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On third down, Trubisky. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
That's caught inside the 20. He takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Over here.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They run. This is Cohen. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want to back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 3rd down, it's Cohen, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears are in for 6. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And an alley to run. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Packers get set to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On second down, Trubisky gonna let one fly for Robinson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get this one up to the 26. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. They're going to run it with Anderson. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They go with Howard to begin the drive. He can't get him down. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Trubisky, draw play, gets to Howard. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now Cohen. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. A dump off now to Hill. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Rodgers now to throw. Underneath here to Hill. A good pickup there at 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. He got 29 yards that time. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They pitch out to Howard. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Martinez.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 16. To throw is Rodgers, operating from the gun. Finding room at the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
50. Hey, you block over here.
They'll run on first down. Hill. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second down, here's Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Howard. And not much running room. Down to the 32. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They go with Howard again. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll look to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. He's back to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive and through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Trubisky now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives.
And that's caught inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
Here's Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now it's Trubisky. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Green Bay, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.